All right. Welcome to my Cultivate Minute. Today we are with LB. LB, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing well. And true New York fashion, LB just jumped on the train. She's like, hey, wait until I get off the train. I'll call you. I was like, perfect. So thank you for jumping on. Very appreciative of you. LB has been someone who, if some of you don't know this, but LB has been in the inner workings of Cultivate NYC for a very long time.
That's very true. Yes.
Her dad is the senior pastor at our sending church, and we're super thankful for Pastor Craig. And LB, we're thankful for all the things that you do. So we've been asking.
Man, I'm thankful for you guys.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so we've been asking our core congregants, people who love Cultivate, have been there kind of from the beginning and just really have helped us get to this point of launch season and launch month. And here's kind of the two questions we've been asking. And here's the first one. What's your favorite thing, LB, about Cultivate NYC?
Man, why do you have to ask hard questions like that?
Hey, we just throw them right in the deep end. We're just going to go all in.
Yeah, truly. It's really funny, actually. I was just with Jessica, Robin's wife, before I called you, and we were talking about this exact thing. I think one of my favorite things, I have many favorite things about Cultivate, but I think one of my favorite things is it's a really incredible community of people from all different walks of life, all different life stages, all different church backgrounds or non-church backgrounds at all.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about it is even last Sunday, Robin taught and did an incredible job of making his teaching he never took for granted that anybody knew, the truths of the gospel. He explained things super clearly, but in such a way that somebody who's been in church for a really long time could glean things from it, and somebody who's never heard the gospel before could understand it. And I think that Cultivate is a great mixture of, it's a great representation of New York, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Robin and Jessica, Robin's from Sweden and Jessica's from Montreal, and I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Yes. Amen.
And you're from Indiana, I think everybody is from such different backgrounds. And yet we all can come together to, join as a community to worship the Lord and give everything for him. And so I think that's that, I would say that's my favorite part of Cultivate for sure.
Yeah. And I just think like you said, in the middle of Harlem, from people who lived all over the world, some live in New York, some live, like you said, and from different places. And like Jess is Haitian Canadian. We just have such different backgrounds, but yet the gospel is the thing that unites us all, and that's truly the unity. We get to see the unity of the gospel on display every Sunday. That's really cool. Well, thank you for sharing, LB.
Oh, for sure.
The second thing I want to ask is, so we know that, so this is our launch season. September is our launch month. The 4th is our barbecue. The 11th is baptism Sunday. 18th is praise party. And the 25th is what we're calling Cultivate Day, which is kind of the culmination of all things launch. So what of those 4 Sundays are you most looking forward to?
Again, why you gotta be asking hard questions, Luke?
Come on.
I would say I'm really, really excited for Baptism Sunday. I think mostly because baptism is just one of my favorite things. You can ask anybody who grew up in church with me. I am the one that as soon as people come out of the water, I'm like screaming, and like hollering for people. Yes. Because it's like a practical and like visual representation of what has happened internally in somebody's life and how God has taken them from death to life. I mean, going under the water and coming out of the water is representation of them, saying, I'm with Jesus. Like he is my everything, and I am choosing in front of all these people to show them that I'm following him. And so I think even if it's one person, baptism, like numbers don't matter, So like that's what I'm really excited about is like being able to see, because you don't know what's going on in people's hearts unless you have like intimate conversation with them. And so being able just to like see people in the community get up there and say, hey, this is what the Lord's done in my life. And this is what I'm choosing. I have chosen to follow him, and I am his. Like that just gets me so psyched. So I'm ready. I can't wait for some people to get dunked. And I think it's just going to be a really, really cool Sunday.
And just to think that from point A all the way to point Z, if we're calling that pre-launch phase from A to Z, just to think that we're actually going to see people publicly profess their faith in front of our church, it almost makes me tear up in the fact that like the gospel is on the move, and we don't, LB, you don't take credit for it. We don't take credit for it.
No,
like, it's the work of the Lord, and like it's evident because people are confessing that they want to be followers of Jesus, and that they're unashamed to announce that in front of our church on September 11th. And so, and one thing I wanted to tell you, LB, it's just that you're jumping on here. For those of you that don't know, LB helps lead a ministry for actors and actresses and those in the theater and those in Broadway. She really helps lead a ministry called The Hang that meets in the Upper West Side, right?
Yeah, Upper West Side.
And the impact that you're making, LB, on those people, but also just like your affection for Jesus is evident. And like the way that you live, the way that you encourage people, the way that you disciple people, like it encourages me as someone who really wants to be someone like that. And so I just wanted to encourage you, not that we needed an intimate moment on this podcast, but like that really, it's really evident that you love Jesus and that you live that out.
Thank you, man. That really means the world to me. And I was actually, I was talking with Charles not too long ago, but we were talking about co-laboring for the sake of the gospel. And I think that, me running an arts ministry, but then also seeing you and Charles and Robin and Dubois, create a following seeking after Jesus. It's just like, and building this church, like it is so amazing that we're able to partner together, not only as friends, but also as co-laborers for the sake of the gospel. Right. So I'm honored to be able to do life with you guys and be a part of Cultivate, and also to, have the ministry that I lead, me be able to have a church that I can point them to, that loves Jesus. So I'm thankful for you guys too. I really appreciate you.
LB, I cherish our friendship. I thank you so much for jumping on here. The only thing that really is the worst part about this week is that we didn't get to play Dungeons and Dragons, but hey, listen, the Lord is still good. And that's okay. So, hey, thank you so much for jumping on here for just a couple minutes. Cannot wait to see you soon.
Yeah. Anytime, bro. See you soon.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.